Welcome everybody as we have sub-district finals for Class B right here. It's Wahoo Warriors taking on Lincoln Pius X. Winners, it's going to be a tough game before us, and we look forward to a great game to be able to bring to you right here on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube. I want to say thank you to sponsors, game sponsors for tonight. Our JEO, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Saunders Medical Center, and Wahoops. Part of all of the Wahoo Athletic Booster Club sponsors, making sure that you can watch all these home games for free. Include also Union Bank and Trust, Woodsmith Builders, Simon's Home Store, Retire Path Advisors, Sid Dillon of Wahoo, Titles, Wahoo Dental Associates, Saunders County Chiropractic Rivalry, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Ambassador Real Estate, Tammy Bennett, Hardy Acres, Wahoo Concrete, Edward Jones, Josh Kruger, Shutt Electrical and Contracting, and Tim and Seth Molly Construction. Well, we have just a minute and a half away from the game starting. A lot of things being processed right now as we have multiple camera angles, and we will go ahead and bring that all to you as we continue tonight. I want to say welcome to Lincoln Pius X as they have a great contingent coming up here tonight. And, of course, the bleachers in blue, they are filling out. Go Big Blue. So here in a moment, we're going to turn things over to the stadium announcer to make all the announcements, the starting lineups, and keep us all informed on all of this. But looking at this, for the Warriors, you know, this is a big game, especially for the seniors. There are 3 seniors in this game. Kip Brigham, Chase Kaminsky, Cody Hesser that are stepping up. And for the Warriors, want to make sure that everything is taken care of and move on to state. For Lincoln Pius X, Charlie Morrow, the 5'10 senior, is the only senior listed on the varsity squad. So, again, looking forward to facing off against a younger team, but a tall team, as we have multiple players, 6'3 and greater to 6'8. So that's going to be a tall team to battle against. So everybody's getting ready. Let's go ahead and turn things over to the stadium right here on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Coach Nick Gymnasium at Wahoo High School. Home of the Warriors. A special welcome to our guests on Lincoln Pius High School tonight's B5 District Basketball Championship. Tonight's B5 District Boys Basketball Championship game is sponsored by JEO Solely Group, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, and Wahoo. Thank you to these anchor partners for their support of the Wahoo Athletic Booster Club, Warrior Athletic Programs, coaches, and student athletes. And now, fans, we ask that you rise and remove your caps as we stand and honor our flag in country with the playing of the national anthem.
All right, then we have the starting lineups. Big crowd tonight, a lot of noise. So looking forward to a great game. Cody Hesser is going to be stepping up against Zach Tannenbaum for the tip-off. And the Warriors win the tip-off. By Pius. They take it down the court. That's actually a jump ball. So taken away, but actually the Pius with the taken away by Kaminsky. Kaminsky sends it forward. Pius taking it down the court, gets across the timeline. With the three-pointer. Rebound by Pius. So Markowski. The hands of Hesser. Hesser takes it down the court. Rebound brought in by Tannenbaum. Tannenbaum. goes back to the Warriors. So Brigham with the inbound gets it into the hands of Kaminsky. Kaminsky takes it down the court. Warriors take. The Warriors get the takeaway as team foul, but Kelly is definitely was working on that to be able to make sure that the easy layup was not able to be there. Now we have Hesser being looked at. Five to 3, 4:59 left of the first period. Cody Hesser, a big player for the Warriors. And he is up. Ski. And that one rims out and picked up by Milliken. He sends it across, gets it to Kaminsky. Kaminsky. Warriors with a 1-point lead, 5 to 4. Gets it in the hand of Sand. Sand takes it across the timeline. Kowski, who puts it up for two. And Pius now gets the lead. Warriors inbound, get it in the hands of Kaminsky. Kaminsky now gets the 2-point lead. 4:12 left. So, turnover to the Warriors. Warriors inbound, getting into the hands of Kaminsky. Block gets it back over to the right wing where Kaminsky gets it, takes it over, sends it to and the rebound is by Pius. Pius Kaminsky. Warriors get Kaminsky takes it across the timeline. With it, takes away by Pius. Warriors now taking it across the block, drives back, looking for help, gets it back out. Rebound by Pius. So Sand gets that over to Pius was able to retrieve the ball on the backside of the court. Comes out. Now back into the hands of Brigham. Brigham to Kaminsky. Kaminsky gets it in now. Gigstad. Gigstad to Kaminsky. Gigstad now underneath. He puts it up and drops it in for two. With the inbound. Brigham steps back to the baseline to inbound for the Warriors. Going to be inbounding to Kaminsky. Kaminsky takes his time getting across the timeline. At the W of the court. Taubenheim with the inbound, gets it in the hands of Sand. Sand takes it across the court, taking his time. right, a little bit of a limp, but we do see Cody Hesser back on the court. I think they did quite a bit of taping on his ankle. It is looking a little thicker than. Warriors with the inbound. A lot going on in Class B, Class C, boys basketball statewide. Kaminsky takes it across the timeline. To Pius. Tomenheim. Actually, I'm sorry, gets it into Sand. Bring him gets to Kaminsky to Kelly to Glock at the top of the key, sends the three, and tipped in by Kelly. Way again as they drive down. And the rebound by Pius. By Kaminsky for the Warriors. He takes it down the court. Into the hands of Pius, and Markowski takes it down the court, gets it back over to the hands of Sand. Hesser with the rebound for the Warriors. And the Warriors take the timeout. With the timeout, 6:02 left of the first half. 14-18. Warriors with the only score so far this quarter. But Pius with the lead. Again, I want to say thank you to all the sponsors, part of the Wahoo Warrior Booster Club. JEO, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Saunders Medical Center, Wahoops, Union Bank and Trust, Woodsmith Builders, Simon's Home Store, Retire Path Advisors, Sid Dillon of Wahoo, Titles, Wahoo Dental Associates, Saunders County Chiropractic, Rivalry, Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate, Tammy Bennett, Sid Dillon, Hardy Acres, Wahoo Concrete, Edward Jones, Josh Kruger, Shutt Electrical and Contracting, and Tim and Seth Molly Construction. On the internet in this building today as the full crowd. See the Warriors filled the crowd on the far side, and on the near side, Pius traveling well. Welcome everybody to broadcast right here on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube. Coming out of the break, Warriors with the inbound, getting it into the hands of Kaminsky. Kaminsky going to the left wing. 1 point separates the two teams. Gets into the hands of Kaminsky for the Warriors. Kaminsky. By Cody Hesser. Off the mark, rebound by off the mark, and rebound gets into the hands of Kaminsky. Kaminsky at the top of the key gets it across to Kelly. Kelly on the right wing. Comes back out, gets in the hands of Pius. It's turned over to the Warriors. Warriors a battle back, only points of the half of the quarter so far. Kaminsky taking his time, getting across down the court. Into the hands of Pius. They send it. Mm-hmm. 21-17. Pius with the lead. 3:50. I think really. So that's the third team foul, second personal foul there. Warriors getting it into the hands of Kaminsky. Kaminsky bounce pass. With the rebound, able to put it in. Drops it in for two. 19-23, 2:26 left of the half. Big battle right here in Wahoo at the Coach Mick Anderson Gymnasium. Sand taking it down the court for Pius. Hesser steps out to inbound, gets in the hands of Kaminsky. Kaminsky going to take his time getting it down the court. At the timeline, gets across the timeline. Drives to the right, hands it to Hesser. Hesser looking to drive, goes to the top of the key, gets it back. Out. Rebound in the hands of Markowski for Pius. And drains it. 19-27. Pius with the lead. In the hands of Hancock. Hancock to Hesser. Hesser on the left wing. Looking to drive. Gets it back across. Oh, turnover two. The Warriors with 30 seconds left. The shot clock is turned off. Inbound to Kaminsky. Kaminsky back to Brigham. Brigham goes to the left wing. Turnover to Pius with 7.4 seconds left of the half. Pius sends it forward. The inbound. Want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, part of the Wahoo Warrior Booster Club. Tonight's game sponsors for all the postseason include JEO, Wahoo State Bank, Saunders Medical Center, Wahoops, and First Bank of Nebraska. I also want to say thank you to all of the sponsors that are part of the Warrior Booster Club, Athletic Booster Club, all year long. Union Bank and Trust, Woodsmith Builders, Simon's Home Store, Retire Path Advisors, Sid Dillon of Wahoo, Titles, Wahoo Dental Associates, Saunders County Chiropractic, Rivalry, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Ambassador Real Estate, Tammy Bennett, Hardy Acres, Wahoo Concrete, Edward Jones, Josh Kruger, Shutt Electrical and Contracting, and Tim and Seth Molly Construction. Been a fast first half, and just less than about 27 minutes of play time. So we will go ahead and take a break and come back as we get ready for the second half. It is sub-district finals between Wahoo and Lincoln Pius X right here on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube. 30-39 as we continue on. Warriors battling back, trailing by 9 points. 5:01 left of the third period. Warriors with the inbound. Brigham inbounds to Kaminsky. Kaminsky takes it down the court. Goes to the far side. Brigham now with the ball. Brigham on the right wing. Brigham back over to Kaminsky. Kaminsky sets it up. Travels in, but loses control as it is taken away. Taken back away by the Warriors into the hands of Kelly. Kelly sends it back out. Pius with the turnover, the second team foul, fourth personal foul for Kelly. Goes to the far side, back to the top of the key. Taken away by Kaminsky. Kaminsky sends it forward to Brigham. Brigham drives in, puts it up, and drops it in for two. 32-39. Pius now Sand sends it across, gets in the hands of Morrow, drives up, and as he's going up, Kaminsky gets contact and gets called for the foul. Third team foul for the Warriors. So that is sending Charlie Morrow to the free throw line for 2 attempts. First attempt is good. 40-32. Second attempt, that is up and good as well. 41-32. Warriors on the move. Get it to Brigham on the right wing. Brigham dribbles to the top. He travels across the top of the key, gets it to Kaminsky, back through several hands back into Brigham's, and they take away from behind. It's by Pius. Tabenheim able to take that one away. Comes across in the near side, top of the key. Now going off to the right wing. Kaminsky sends it to Brigham. Brigham drives in underneath. Tries to get in the hands of Glock and battle for the ball. Penalty goes against Pius, so stays with the Warriors. That's the first team foul. Second personal foul being called against Charlie Morrow. Kaminsky inbounds to Brigham. Brigham on the left wing. Back to Kaminsky at the top. A lot of contact there. Nothing being called yet. Back to Brigham. Brigham on the left wing. He drives in, turn around. And he is finally, there's some contact called right there. So as the contact is called, that's the second team foul and second personal foul being called. The inbound gets in to Milliken. He goes up and draws the third team foul for Pius. And that's the second personal foul going against Stimson. So Milliken, Brody Milliken with a free throw. It's up and good. 33-41, 2:27 left of the third quarter. Milliken with a second attempt. That is up and good. Pius with the inbound, gets it in the hands of Morrow, takes it down the court. Morrow goes to the right wing, gets back across, gets it to the top as Marins gets it in underneath to Markowski. Markowski with the layup underneath, able to drop it in for two. 43-34. Kaminsky taking it down court for the Warriors. To the top of the key. Gets it back to Brigham. Brigham sends it to the far side to Milliken. Milliken tries to send it out to Glock, and then it is taken away by Pius as Charlie Morrow takes it and slides, and then timeout is called. Minute 50 left of the third period. 43-34. Thank you, everybody, for letting us know of some of the technical issues going on. Getting things worked out here. Sorry about that in the first half. Working on getting the center camera to keep up with the basketball, so we don't have to switch cameras as much, but we did fix all the audio as well. Inbound, goes back court, sends forward at the top of the key to the left wing. Left corner shot, and that one rims out, but rebound is in the hands of Marins. And taken away. So the ball was on the ground, picked up by Charlie Morrow, who threw it up. It dropped in, and a foul was called against Glock. Landon Glock, his first personal foul. Gigstad steps in for Milliken. Charlie Morrow, the and one is good. Warriors inbound to Kaminsky. Kaminsky takes it down the court. To Brigham at the top of the key. And that is called against Brigham, and so that is the fifth team foul, and that's actually called against Gigstad, his second personal foul. So now that puts Pius in the bonus for minute 17 left. Top of the key, goes to the left wing, back over to the top. Gets in the hands of Marins. Marins sends it back out to Taumenheim. And with that, that is the third personal foul called against Quincy Gigstad, sending Markowski to the free throw line for Pius. 46-34, the first attempt is up and bounces out too hard. Second attempt up, and that is good. 47-34. Kaminsky with the ball. Taking it down the court. Gets across the timeline, stepping up to the top. Over to Brigham on the right wing. Brigham dribbles to the top of the key. Have it back out to Kaminsky. Kaminsky takes the long three. That one's off the mark. And the rebound gets into the hands of Sand for Pius. 36 seconds left of the third quarter. 47-34. Goes across to the left wing to Morrow. Morrow back out to Markowski at the top of the key. Morrow now takes the three and drains it. 50-34. Warriors taking it down the court. Brigham at the top of the key. Calling for help. Trying to call at the play. Gets it in the hands of clock. 5 seconds left. Long three. That one's off the mark. And the rebound is in the hands of Pius, and just Elliott throws it out there. Buzzer, nothing happens. 3 quarters complete. Pius 50, Warriors 34. Want to say thank you to all the sponsors, part of the Wahoo Booster Club, Athletic Booster Club, JEO, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Saunders Medical Center, Wahoops, Union Bank and Trust, Woodsmith Builders, Simon's Home Store, Retire Path Advisors, Sid Dillon of Wahoo, Titles, Wahoo Dental Associates, Saunders County Chiropractic, Rivalry, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Ambassador Real Estate, Tammy Bennett, Hardy Acres, Wahoo Concrete, Edward Jones, Josh Kruger, Shot Electrical and Contracting, and Tim and Seth Molly Construction. Fast game being played before us. 1 quarter left. So 8 minutes away from the final on this one. Warriors with 16 points to make up in 8 minutes. Pius with the inbound going into the fourth quarter. Goes to the near side. Comes across. Back to the top of the key. Now the right wing gets it in underneath to Markowski. He gets tapped away, but called for the foul. Warriors not getting a break on any of that. So second personal foul going against Kip Brigham. And that is sending Jake Markowski to the free throw line. First attempt bounced quite a few times before it dropped in. Second attempt is up, and that one bounces out into the hands of Taubenheim. Taubenheim back over to Markowski. Markowski at the top of the key. Comes across the sand now in the hands of Markowski. Trying to drip push into the lane. Looking for the turnaround. Sends it back out to Taubenheim. Now underneath. Gets it into Mahrens. Mahrens into Morrow. Morrow setting up the dribble. Drives in, loses it, and back in the hands. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. With 2 seconds on the shot clock, Morrow with a three-pointer. And Kelly comes back with his own three for the Warriors. 37-54. 6:55. Pius on the right wing. Mahrens drives in, sends it across, gets it in the hands of Morrow. Morrow gets it underneath, back into Markowski. Markowski feeds it in to Mahrens, puts it up and gets it in for two. 56-37. And with that, a timeout. Right. So we have A redo over here from the back of the court. Brigham takes it across for the Warriors, and Kelly goes for three-pointer and gets the foul. So that's going to send Joey Kelly to the free throw line for 3 attempts. First personal foul against Jake Markowski. First one is up and good. Second one is good. 39-56, one more attempt. Pius brings in Henry Stimson as they trade positions. Joey Kelly, third attempt, is up and good. And then the Warriors take the timeout. Back to a 16-point separation for the two teams. 6:21 left of the game. Pius, the 10th, 56. Wahoo Warriors, 40. I want to say thank you again to all the sponsors that are part of the Wahoo Warrior Athletic Booster Club, bringing you all of the games, all the home activities right here on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube. Also, you can find previous games on BSDN Live as well. Busy night here at Wahoo, as we also have the band concert, which has just started. So you can watch that on our other channel. So we want to say thank you to sponsors like JEO, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Saunders Medical Center, Wahoops, Union Bank and Trust, Woodsmith Builders, Simon's Home Store, Retire Path Advisors, Sid Dillon of Wahoo, Titles, Wahoo Dental Associates, Saunders County Chiropractic and Acupuncture, Rivalry, Berkshire Hathaway, Ambassador Home Services, Ambassador Real Estate, Tammy Bennett, Hardy Acres, Wahoo Concrete, Everett Jones, Josh Kruger, Shuttle Electrical Contracting, and Tim and Seth Molly Construction. All right, coming out of the timeout, Pius with the inbound, leading 56-40. Inbound. Full court press, three-quarter court press by the Warriors. Goes on the near side as Taubenheim gets it back to the top of the key to Morrow. Morrow sends it across. Bounce pass gets underneath. I think that is Stimson. Stimson back out to the top for Taubenheim. He drives in, sends it back. Three-point shot is good by Sawyer Sand. Off to the near side, Brigham on the left wing. Gets it to the top of the key with Kip Brigham to Kelly. Kelly on the right wing. Brigham on the top, driving in the lane. Turn around, looking for help. Gets it back out to Hancock. Hancock hands it off to Kaminsky. Hancock moving again, but Kaminsky loses the ball. They're able to regain control. Drives in, puts it up, drops it in for two, and gets the foul. So he's able to go to the free throw line for the old-fashioned three-pointer. So that's the second team foul for Pius, and that's the first personal foul being called against Mayerns. Kaminsky with one attempt at this point. 5:29 left of the game. And it's up, and that is bounces out. It's rebounded by Stimson. Stimson sends it forward to Sands. Sands sends it across over to Morrow, gets across the timeline onto the left wing. Morrow to Taubenheim, all the way across to the right wing, back into Sands' hand, drives in, sends it back out, and Taubenheim tries to save it from going out of bounds, and he turns it over to the Warriors. 5:11 left. Inbound to Kaminsky. Kaminsky gets across the timeline, 5:04. Glock with a long two, 44-59. Some comes across to the top. Morrow And with that, Pius calls the timeout. So 15 points separates the two teams, 4:49, pretty much where we were as the half began, or as the quarter began, actually. Again, want to say thank you to all the sponsors. Tonight's game sponsor and all the postseason game sponsors include JEO, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Saunders Medical Center, and Wahoops. State games start this week for Class C, Class B girls. Class boys, A and B boys start soon as well. Looking forward to how this all plays out. This is a massive game for both Pius and the Wahoo Warriors. On another channel we work with, WDCNE Media, you can watch Winnebago face off against DC West, as they're both trying to go towards state as well. Pius goes back to Sand, who's on the right wing. Gets it all the way back over to Morrow. Morrow gets it across to Sand. Sand gets it back in the hands of Tannenbaum. He puts the jumper up. Rebound by Kaminsky for the Warriors. He drives across. Sends it out to Hancock, who gets fouled. And that foul is going to go against Maherns. Should anyway. Nope, they're calling that one against Morrow. Third team foul for Pius. Kaminsky to inbound. Gets it in, bounce pass back out to Brigham. Brigham gets to Kaminsky, takes the three, and that one rims out. Picked up by Sand for Pius. Pius sends it forward to Tannenbaum. Tannenbaum back forward, gets it across to Morrow on the timeline. Morrow back to Tannenbaum. Now on the near side, Sand with the ball. Gets it back out to Mayes. Mayes all the way across to Morrow. Morrow drives in the lane at the top of the key now and gets it back out to Sand. Sand to Morrow. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Looking for the screen, throws the three, and that's off the mark. Rebound is up and good by Stimson. 61-44. Kaminsky sends it all the way across. Glock takes the three and drains it. Nice feed for the Warriors. Sand sends it across to Toppenheim, gets it across the timeline on the right wing. He's looking and he draws it. And he's called for the turnover. Back into the hands of the Warriors. 3:22 left of the game. Kaminsky takes it across the timeline. Goes to the right wing. Gets it back in the hands of Kelly. Kelly feeds it underneath the block. Puts up the jumper and drops it in for two. (49-61), 3:02 left. Getting across the timeline, Morrow feeds it underneath. Gets it in the hands. Taken away by Brigham. Brigham with a breakaway. He sends it across to Kaminsky. Takes the three. That one's off the mark. Rebound is in the hands of Toppenheim for Pius. He gets it into the hands of Sand, who takes it down the court back to Toppenheim. Toppenheim drives in, puts up the jumper, and it rims out, but he gets his own rebound. Second attempt, third attempt, and able to get it to drop in the third time. Inbound to Hancock. Hancock gets it to Glock. A long three and off the mark. Rebound by Kaminsky. Turn around, the jumper's up. He draws the foul. Does not get it to go in, so he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 attempts. Kaminsky at the free throw line with 2:15 left. First attempt is too hard. Rims out. Second attempt is up And good. 50-63, 2:15 left. Bounce pass for Pius, sends it across, gets it in the hands of Sand. Sand gets it back to Toppenheim. Toppenheim gets it across the timeline on the right wing. Back all the way across to the far side into the hands of Hastruder. Now Sand has it across the top. Hastruder. Back in the hands of Sand and almost taken away by Brigham. Toppenheim drives forward, gets it in underneath to Markowski. And battle for the ball back into the Warriors' hands. Hancock sends it forward to Glock. Glock bounces it. Looks like he was trying to pass it over to Kaminsky, but sends it out of bounds. Pius with the inbound, gets it in the hands of Morrow. Morrow taking his time, gets it down the court, and gets fouled. Brigham with the foul on that one. So Kip Brigham, second team foul for Warriors, third personal foul. Minute 25 left, 50-63, 13 points separates the two teams. Inbound gets in the hands of Morrow. Morrow goes to the left side, and he pushes with a push off against Kaminsky, but Kaminsky was facing away from him, so they're still calling it. Nope, that is a call against. Yep, so that is against Kaminsky, his second. Inbound to the back court, gets in the hands of Morrow. Morrow with a turnaround. Setting up the play, killing clock. Drives off to the left side, gets it back in the hands, and to Sand at the top of the key, who is the foul. Third team foul for the Warriors, or fourth team foul for the Warriors now. First personal foul, or second personal foul, I'm sorry about that, against Griffin Hancock. Minute 2 left, 63-50. Stimson with the inbound for Pius. Gets it in the hands of Sand. Sand, the pass gets knocked out of bounds off of Glock's hands for the Warriors, so it stays with Pius. 33 seconds left on the shot clock, a minute in the game. Inbound, gets forward and gets into the hands of Toppenheim, and he draws a foul, and that's going to be called the third personal foul for Kaminsky, and that is a fifth team foul. So that puts him in the bonus and sending Zach Toppenheim to the free throw line for 2 attempts. 58.8 seconds left. First attempt is up, and that is good. Second attempt, and that is up. And that is no good. Rebound by Joey Kelly for the Warriors. He takes it down the court, hands it off to Brigham. Brigham step back, takes the three, and drains it. 48 seconds left. Warriors trying to get the foul. Sends it across. Sand sends it forward, gets in the hand of Markowski. Markowski back out to Sand. Sand gets it across to Toppenheim. Toppenheim draws the foul. More conflict down the court. So Zach Toppenheim, first attempt is up and good. 65-53. .6 seconds left. Second attempt is good. 66-53. Brigham sends it forward to Glock. Takes the three. That one's off the mark. And rebound in the hands of Jake Markowski. Hancock fouls him. So that's the third personal foul for Hancock. And Pius in the bonus. So 2 more attempts at the foul line. First attempt is up and rolls out. Second attempt is up and good. 67-53. Brigham with the ball. Sends a 3, and that one's off the mark. Rebound gets in the hands of Morrow. Warriors back off. Morrow gets it across the timeline. And looks like they're just going to dribble it out. With that, Pius, 67. Wahoo, 53 as the clock runs out. So sub-district championship goes to Lincoln Pius, looking moved forward to state. We knew it was going to be a tough game. Warriors put up the battle. Again, congratulations to the Warriors for having a great season this year. Again, want to say thank you to the sponsors, JEO, Wahoo State Bank, First Bank of Nebraska, Saunders Medical Center, Wahoops, Union Bank and Trust, Woodsmith Builders, Simon's Home Store Retire Path Advisors, Sid Dillon of Wahoo, Titles, Wahoo Dental Associates, Saunders County Chiropractic, Rivalry, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Ambassador Real Estate Tammy Bennett, Sid Dillon of Wahoo, Hardy Acres, Wahoo Concrete, Edward Jones, Josh Kruger, Shed Electrical and Contracting, and Tim and Seth Molly Construction. So that's going to wrap things up here today. Congratulations, Warriors, on a great season, and congratulations, Pius. As they played well, played hard, both teams fought really hard on this one. And that's going to do it right here on Wahoo Public Schools YouTube. You can keep watching.